Tonight is the night that the whole Ashura happened because of him, Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam. So I would like to ask you, you guys ask me, Sayyid, you talk about this companion and those people and this people, but how about Imam al-Hussain himself? What drove Hussain ibn Ali alayhi salatu wassalam to Karbala? What was the reason behind Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wassalam's intention to come to Karbala while he knew that he's going to sacrifice himself, his 6-month-old baby, his family, and everyone around him? It's a very important question. What was the reason? He said himself, إن الله شاء أن يراك قتيلا. It's been already predestined. Allah wants to see you shaheed in Karbala. The prophets before Imam al-Hussain, before Rasulullah, every single of them, they cried for Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, this story of Imam al-Hussain. Apparently we see that Imam al-Hussain, yes, he left Medina to Mecca and he comes towards Kufa, and that's what we see. God knows what is behind the scene between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. And Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. إن الله شاء أن يراهن سبايا. Allah wants to see your family being captured and asir. What is it? What is that reason behind this huge passion of Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam moves him towards Karbala? And it's not only about Imam al-Hussain, it's about all the Anbiya that you can find. Remember we said that. We said the action, Imam al-Hussain himself, at that time, he's a representative of the culture of Anbiya. He's a representative of the culture of Ibrahim, the culture of Tawheed. He himself is an amazing representative of this culture. As Yazid, may Allah person, is a representative of the path of Kufr and disbelief, and Bani Umayyah. Go all the way to Namrud and Fir'aun and all of them. So what is this drive? What is this passion that Imam al-Hussain is following that passion to Karbala? This is nothing except love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In this great and intimate relationship Imam al-Hussain he has with Allah. They were supposed to attack the Haram of Imam al-Hussain today. Imam al-Hussain, he sent his brother Abu al-Fadl Abbas. He said, go to them and tell them to give us one more night. Why, Hussain? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? You want to buy more time or something? What is the reason? He said, I love Quran and I love Salat. I want to spend one more night to pray, to recite the Quran, to do ibadah. What is ibadah? In the language of Hussain, having this lovely relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Imam Ali is praying, they pull out the arrow from his foot. What that means? That means he's disconnected from this world. He's so connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That happens to us sometimes, you know. Sometimes you're pondering so deeply about something. Your brother, your friend says, Muhammad. You're not listening, you're not answering. Muhammad, oh yeah. Because you're so disconnected from your surrounding. You're just connected to your thoughts. Amir al-Mu'mineen is so disconnected from this world. Then Hussain ibn Ali is praying, he's reciting, he's so disconnected. He's enjoying his time in his ibadah. I love to have one more night to pray, to have this connection. This lovely connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Quran, Allah asked Musa, when Musa went to find the miracles and the tree and everything. Allah asked him, Musa, what do you have in your hand? What do you have in your hand? He had his staff in his stick. The answer is one thing. Ya Allah, Allah says, what do you have in your hand? I have my stick, a staff, a stick in my hand. That's it. But in Quran we see that Musa is lengthening the conversation. This is what I have. I guide my animals with it, my sheep. I clean the trees with it. Musa, Allah didn't ask about what do you do with this. Why you're lengthening the conversation? Because I love this connection and this relationship. I don't want to end this connection. But when I pray, I'll look for any moment to finish it. As soon as the salat is over, Allah, let's go. or when Musa is talking, with Amir al-Mu'min, when Rasulullah, when Imam Hussain is talking, they just want to lengthen the conversation. Rasulullah is sitting waiting for azan, and Bilal is up there to say the azan. Rasulullah says, Ya Bilal, arihna ya Bilal. Come on, say the azan. Free us from this, from my own words. Free us from this pain that you're waiting for azan. I can't wait to go to salat again and pray again. This relationship. There should be something behind this. This love between Allah and Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam that is pushing him to Karbala and going and sacrificing everything for the sake of him. Who is he? Who is he? When you look at Ahlul Bayt, you look at Amir al-Mu'mineen, you look at Imam Hussain, you just want to see, you just want to know who is the God, who is the master of these people, so you go and worship that God. When they are so amazing, so, beneficial, so merciful, so kind to the community, these people, who is the God of these people, Ahlul Bayt, that they're all doing it, and they are just representative of him. And if we can get a little bit of that love that Imam Hussain والسلام, tonight he was having between Allah and himself, and tomorrow. Usually they said when people getting closer to the end of their life, they get more scared, huh? The reporter of Hadi of Yassin and the narrators are saying, the more Hussain was getting closer to the noon, to the afternoon of Ashur, the noon, the more he was getting closer to the time of his Shahada, the more he was getting passionate. His eyes was looking differently. His face was red more. It's like he was waiting for something that he was waiting for a long time. So passionate about this. Awwaluddin ma'rifatu. The beginning of the deen is what? To know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who is this God? How lovely he is in this relationship that is helping these people. Let me tell you something. If Imam al-Hussain as a representative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's going and he's having his soldiers, his companion around him. At night of Ashura, he's saying to leave. Do you think Imam Hussain, he needed them? Do you think when Imam Hussain, he goes to the tent of Ibn Umar and says, come and help me, that means Imam Hussain asking for help? Or it's opposite? Imam Hussain is saying, come on, ask for help. You should ask for my help. This is my hand, take my hand, I'm going to save you. That's what we're going to say tonight, we're going to have tonight. Imam Hussain is going to help them. At night of Ashura, Imam says, leave, go, all of you guys go. I don't need you guys. Usually at the end, all the commanders have said, stay here, make sure you have some strategies, you keep your soldiers in the battlefield. Imam Hussain says, leave me, I don't need you guys. At night, he says, leave me. At the dawn of Ashura, what does he say? هَلْ مِن نَاصِرٍ يَنْصُرُنِي. At night you said, leave. In the morning you said, is there anyone to come and help me? How's it possible? One of the scholars was said very nicely. At night, Hussain wants to make sure there's no one impure among all the pure ones. Leave. If anyone is scared, leave. In the morning, in the noon, he wants to make sure if there's anyone pure still in the army of Yazid, come and I'm going to help you. Come to my side. Hussain doesn't need anyone's help. Hussain is giving help to people. Imam al-Hussain doesn't need me and you sit here. We need Imam al-Hussain to be sitting here. We need to purify ourselves. We need to cry for ourselves. We need the change. We need to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us here. Imam Hussain, who was shaheed, he became shaheed in the heart of the territory of the Ummah of Islam. He became shaheed in the territory of the Ummah of Islam. Let me ask you a question. I don't know if you came here tonight prepared or not. We said when there is a special event, we tend to spend time to prepare ourselves for that event. If I know I have a meeting with someone important, I spend maybe weeks and months to prepare something for myself. What do I want to ask? How I want to ask? What do I want to say? How should I look? Tonight in this important night, the night that you just need a little bit of the connection with Allah and Ahlul Bayt to get what you want. What is your biggest haja tonight? What do you want to achieve tonight? Do you have any goal for tonight? Do I want to achieve anything from tonight's majlis before I leave? Am I prepared for that? Still have time. I have to think. What do I want from all these things? How I want to refresh my oath of allegiance, my bi'ah with Imam al-Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam tonight. How I want to refresh my allegiance with the Imam of time, Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam. Hussain is Mahdi. Mahdi is Hussain. Many of us would say, you know what? We wish, the Ziyarah would say as well, we wish we were in Karbala to have Imam Hussain as well, right? Bismillah ar-Rahman, Ya Allah. You are right now in Karbala. How do you want to help your Imam? How do you want to help your Imam? Believe me, many of the people of Kufa, they didn't know at the moment how important is that period of time that you are living at. That maybe 1,000 years ago, people would judge them based on their what? Their decision to go to help Imam Hussain or not. Me and you might be sitting here or living at the moment today in this world and not understanding how important and critical might be this time that we're living in. How critical might be this time. How critical might be the time of supporting our Imam of time, Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam. But the whole message, as I said, the whole message of Ashura, the whole message of Imam al-Hussain for us is to make that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you make that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will have that basira and intuition to help deen, to help religion. You know how to live in this dunya. In the ta'ribat of month of Rajab, what do we decide? It's not just one for month of Rajab. It's Ya man yu'til kathira bil qaleel. Ya Allah, you are the one, you give a lot with my little offering. Ya man yu'til kathira bil qaleel. In this dunya, if you go to a store, to anybody else, whatever you pay, if you want something, you have to pay equally, or maybe more than that, right? You never bring a little bit and achieve a lot. In the path of Allah, Ya man yu'til kathir bil qaleel. You bring a little bit, nobody give a lot. Ya man yu'ti man sa'ala. You give to whoever would ask. Ya man yu'ti man lam yas'alhu. You give to those people that they don't even ask you. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَعْرِفْهُ. And those people that don't even know you. How merciful is this God that He just gives. Just gives. In this relationship with Allah, from His end, everything is perfectly done. Unconditionally, He showered His mercy upon us, alhamdulillah. If there is any deficiencies from my side that I am doing something wrong in this relationship, I'm supposed to strengthen this relationship. Not that as soon as I have a little bit of the request, a little bit of issue in my life, I start complaining about everything in the world and left and right. Let me tell you something interesting. Among the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning of attributes and fadl, there are 5 important attributes that I would like you to remember tonight. Number 1, He has absolute knowledge. Alim. The first one, absolute knowledge. He knows everything. No one has absolute knowledge. No one. Allah knows everything. He knows that you're sitting here tonight. He knows what you're doing, what are in your heart, and what you want to ask him, and what it is. Tonight he knows about this. He knows that you're sitting here and you have an hajj as well. He just wants you to make that connection. Second, he's absolutely rich. No one is absolutely rich in this world. Whatever we have, it's not for us, because someone else can take it away from us, can steal it from us. He's absolutely rich. Whatever Allah has subhanahu wa ta'ala is absolutely belong to him. 3, he's absolutely powerful. No one has absolute power, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has absolute power. 4, he's absolutely kind. He's absolutely kind. Rahman and Rahim. Wadud. Number 5, he's absolutely generous. The most generous one that you can find. Therefore, if you have an hajj and you keep asking and you're not having it yet, not because he doesn't know, not because he cannot give it to you, not because he doesn't have to give it to you, not because he's not kind enough, that's why he doesn't give it to you, not because he's not generous to give it to you, no, because it's not good for you maybe to have it. Maybe he's waiting for you to. Allama Amini reminds me of a story. Allama Amini rahmatullah alayhi, the author of Al-Qadir. He said, one day I was next to the haram of Amir al-Mu'mineen. I saw an Arab, a Badawi Arab from the desert. He came, he had his son, was disabled, the son. He put the son next to the Zarih of Imam alayhi salatu wasalam and says, Ya Abal Ghawf, take it, Shafa, whatever, take it. And he stood back, went and sit down with it. He said that, the power of belief. He said that, he put his son over there, the son could not walk. He went back, Allama Amini said, he went back, he says, after a few minutes I saw that the son stood up, started walking, a little bit, clumsy, and started walking, and everybody around him, Ya Allah, take him, Shafa. Allama Amini said, I was so broken at the moment. I went next to the Zarih of Amir al-Mu'min, I put my head against the Zarih, I said, Ya Hadi, I wrote all these books for you, and I keep asking you. If I was this Badawi, you probably would give it to me faster than who I am right now, huh? I'm the Allama Amini. He was crying and he was saying, at night he had a dream about Amir al-Mu'mineen. Imam came and says, why are you complaining? The reason we're not giving it to you because we want you to come back and ask us more and more. You're one of us. We want to see you more. We want to see you more. Come and ask us again and again. Ibn Shahrashub said, when Shimr la'natullah alayhi was on the chest of Hussain, it's good to say some musibah in the middle of his speech, huh? When Shimr was on the chest of Hussain, Imam Hussain would smile at him and said, Shimr, do not do it. Why? If even you don't do it, Hussain is going to become shaheed. Doesn't matter what you want to do. Don't do it, because in the last moment, Hussain wants to take his hands. Don't do it. You don't do it. Hussain, what are you waiting for? Why you keep helping them? You came, you're standing in front of them, and you're giving a speech to support them, to guide them, to help them. What are you doing, Ya Hussain? We're not here to fight. We are here to guide. We are here to guide. The last moment tells the Shem, don't do it. Imam knows what he's going to do. Even to the last moment, he wants to support, he wants to help even that man or not to do it. Ya man sabaqat rahmatuhu ghadab. If Hussain has this much mercy, Ya Allah. Said Marhum Darabandi, or it was Allama Majlisi. They saw him in the haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam. He was crying out loud, this alim, out loud. And he was saying to Imam al-Hussain, for the sake of your mother Zahra, do not ask for forgiveness of Shem. Don't ask at the day of judgment for the sake of your mother Zahra. You know what that means? They're so merciful and kind. If they are like this, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Ya Allah, you were so kind. Hadith, if it was not for the night of Ashura, I wouldn't have said that. Hadith said, when my servant, he's not talking to me. He doesn't have a relationship. Go tell this tradition to those who don't have good connection with Allah. When a servant doesn't have a good relationship with me, and when he comes back and he make the connection again with me, it's like a person in the middle of a desert that he who lost everything that he had, his money, his water, his food, his horse, whatever he had. It's just death, how desperate he is, right? And all of a sudden he finds everything. How happy he will be. When my servant comes back to me and make the connection, I will be as happy as that person. Ya Allah, you are waiting for me, I know. You are waiting for me. There is a hadith of Qudsi about salat. Whenever I say this hadith, I get goosebumps myself. I feel so ashamed in front of Allah. Hadith said, when my servant stands up to say his salat in front of me, hadith of Qudsi means even the words came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he stands in front of me to say his prayer, or her prayer, doesn't matter. The way that I listen to this abd is as I only have one servant in the whole world. That's how much I listen to him. The master of the whole universe. And continues, says, the same abd, when he stands to pray in front of me, the way that he prays is as he has 1,000 gods. He's so distracted, talks to them. You're so merciful. And I just want to, major things to do is to just pray or so. Let me tell you, it's the night of saying these things. It's the night of tawbah. It's the night of repentance. It's the night of going back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's the night of a decision. The companion of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam, they made their decision tonight, the eve of Ashura. They made their decision and they refreshed their allegiance with Imam al-Hussain to stay in this path and to support deen. That's what I'm supposed to do tonight, to refresh my allegiance. When Musa passed the Nile, these traditions are all the same special night. When Musa passed the Nile, Pharaoh was following him, At the last moment when the waters were coming, and the Pharaoh, he knew that everything is ending. It's the last minutes of his life. He looked at Musa, towards Musa, and said, Musa, help me. Musa, help me. Musa, help me. Who? Pharaoh, the worst of all people? You claim you're God? Musa turned around, he didn't pay attention to him. How many people you killed him? Everything was past. Allah came to Musa. Listen to this very carefully to understand who you're dealing with tonight. He says, Musa, you know why you didn't help Pharaoh? لأنك لم تخلق, because you didn't create Pharaoh. وَلَوْ اسْتَغَاثَ بِي لَأَجَبْتُ. If Pharaoh was asking me, I would have answered him. Ya Allah, Pharaoh, if he was asking you, you would have answered him and you would have saved him. Wallahi, I'm sure. Whoever I am, I'm sure I'm not close to Pharaoh, inshallah. By the way, in parenthesis, this has nothing to do with the topic of shafa'ah intercessions, because the sin of Pharaoh is what? Shirk. And shirk, only Allah is dealing with it, no one else, right? If you are going to help Pharaoh, Ya Allah, I know I am not good. I know I did a lot of things wrong. I know I'm not good enough, but I'm not Pharaoh, Ya Allah, I know that. Tonight is the night, it's not the night of speech, it's the night of just talking to Allah, however you want. Don't even wait for me. You just have your connection with Allah, however you're you wish to talk to Allah tonight. Ya Allah, it's the night, let's convince. Astaghfirullah, Ya Allah, forgive me for this word that I'm using. Let's talk to Allah somehow. Ya Allah, I know I'm not good enough. I know I did many things that was wrong. But I didn't abandon my Imam of us from having water. Huh? I didn't block the path of my Imam. Already Yazid, he did this and you gave him tawfiq to go back and to repent. Huh? I'm expecting, Ya Allah. I'm expecting, yes. Let's start a little bit this way to Allah. I'm expecting, we're sitting here, Ya Allah. The only reason we're sitting here is for the muhabbat of Hussain and his family. It's for the muhabbat of Hussain. Don't you say yourself in Quran, Ya Allah, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى. Didn't you say in Quran, someone who does little bit, small piece of khair, I will give it back to them. These people are sitting here for something, Ya Allah. With all our conditions, we know about this, Ya Allah, and we know that you know. I'm talking about myself, if you want. You are good, inshallah. I know what I did, Ya Allah. But one thing drove all of us here, the muhabbat of Ali and his family and Zahra wa Salamun alayhi. I'm not going to say I'm the Shia of Amir al-Mu'minin. No, it's too big. At least I'm the muhib of Amir al-Mu'minin, isn't it? And let me tell you something. If you are disappointed tonight in this majlis, please either leave or change your mind. Change your mind. We don't want any disappointed one in our majlis. Musa ala nabiyina wa alayhi wasalam. He was with his community. They had, the famine. They couldn't find water. They had issue. Musa went to the desert with his ummah to pray to Allah. Ya Allah, send your rain. These people are thirsty. Children, family. Whatever they were praying, nothing happened. They were praying, nothing happened. Musa asked Allah, Ya Allah, what's going on? We're praying. Ready of you. The wrath came, Musa, there is someone in the community, the people that you're praying with. One of them is a sinner. He has to leave you guys until I answer the dua of you. Musa said that. Says, my ummah. One of you guys, I don't know who is, whatever. You have to leave. The dua is not going to be mustajab unless you leave. Before he ends, the rain came. And no one left. No one left. Musa, Ya Allah, you said someone should leave. Says Musa, don't worry about this. He already made the connection with us. He made the connection with us. We're dealing with this God. We're dealing with this Rahman and Rahim. Let me tell you something. Have you seen the kids, little babies? Why they cry when they want their mothers? When they want something, they cry in front of their mothers. You know why? Because they're 100% sure this is a weapon they have. And mother is so kind and merciful that if they cry, they will have the attention of mom. The mom would finally go to them. What do you want, baby? Take it. What do we recite in Dua Kumayd? Ya man ismuhu dawa, wa dhikruhu shafa, wa ta'atuhu qina, irham man ra'su malih, wa silahuhul. You know what is the meaning of silah? Weapon. Ya Allah, if you don't give it to me, I'll cry. Dua Kumayd. Ya Allah, if you don't give it to me, I'll cry. Like that baby, huh? Would you give it to me tonight? Or I'll cry, Ya Allah. Or I'll cry, Ya Allah. Tonight is the night that if throughout the whole year you didn't have to do anything with your eyes, tonight, although this is not any sign, but tonight is the sign to beg your eyes to cry for the sake of Hussain tonight. And some people think they're coming here, they showed respect. They came here for the sake of Imam Hussain. 9 nights came here They did adha, they, listen to the majalis, they came for the sake of Allah. And finally, do you think Allah is not going to listen to you? Allah then it's not going to look at you. You're suspicious about Allah's mercy. How many proofs do you want that Allah show it to you that He knows what you're doing? He knows. Even if you don't ask, He will give it to you, huh? Ya Allah, I apologize for all those moments that I prayed and I didn't pay attention to you. So merciful, so Rahman, so Rahim. That is the reason that Muharram is alive after 1,379 years. That is the reason that the same as the companion of Imam Hussain at night of Ashura, they said they were praying, they were reciting Quran like humming bees. Everybody was so busy. It didn't look like that tomorrow they want to all be killed. They were so busy with Quran. They were so happy at night of Ashura. Some of the elders in the army of Imam Hussain, they said, so prestigious that no one saw them make joke or laughing or anything in the entire of their life. At night of Ashura, they were joking, they were having fun with each other. What's going on? He says, why not? Why not? We know what is our destination. Tonight is the night of that connection. Tonight is the night to say, Ya Hussain, if we were not in Karbala, you help us tonight. From tonight, and inshallah will support your son Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wassalam. Ya Hussain, you help us. We know that we are in the time that we should support our Imam. Ya Mahdi, we apologize for all those moments. The hadith says, Imam Mahdi himself, he said the hadith about him, يمشي في أسواقهم ويطأ فرشهم. He comes to their majalis. He walks around them in the streets and along. I said that before. When he comes back, he says, I know him, I already saw him. Yeah, but you didn't recognize him. God knows how many times he was passing and he saw me and I was doing something that I was not supposed to do. I don't want to say God knows how many times I did something that I might have broken his heart, Ya Allah. Where he has to find his supporters, his enemies, his followers, somewhere around us in this world. And if he looks and says, I didn't expect you, my Shia, to do this. I didn't expect you to do this. How many soldiers, how many companions I have, how many Shia we have, you're already in minority, and you don't want to be a good supporter. So that every week, our a'mal would be presented to Imam of us. I don't want him this week when he look at my a'mal and says, oh my God, I didn't expect you to do these things as well. But Ya Mahdi, let me tell you something. I know that these people sitting here, they make you happy. If I have issue in the maqam of amal to act upon it, but as you see that we're sitting here in the majlis of your Jad Hussain tonight for a reason, Ya Mahdi. Yes, we want to say, whatever we do, we cannot, it doesn't work. You come and help us, Ya Mahdi, yourself. You pray for us that we will be in your path, inshallah. Night of Ashura, we have to talk to our beloved Imams and Allah this way. Ya Allah, for the sake of Hussain, give us this power and tawfiq to have a better relationship with you. Ya Allah, you help us to strengthen our relationship with you tonight. Ya Allah, the way that you help the companion of Imam Hussain, the soldiers of Hussain, to make that strong decision on the night of Ashura. Ya Allah, help us and this ummah to make the strong and very important decision that from tomorrow they only see you and your decision and your satisfaction in their lives. said it was the night of Ashura. Yes, Imam Hussain is sitting, his companion all around him. There was a lady, she was so worried about the condition, and that was Zainab Salamullahi alayha. She kept coming and making sure that no one is going to leave Hussain. Tonight, if you want to cry for Hussain, cry out loud. Don't be shy for crying for the Shaheed of Karbala, alright? He didn't have anyone to cry for him out loud after himself. Don't be shy in the majlis of Hussain tonight. Zainab kept, looking around, listening to see what the soldiers of Hussain are they saying. Is anyone is going to leave or not? Hussain, at one moment he told Imam Hussain, Hussain, are you sure that no one is going to leave you? He said that the soldiers of Imam Hussain, they heard about this, they all got gathered in front of the tent and talked to Zainab. Zainab, Wallahi, we will not leave Hussain. We will not let any of Bani Hashim to go to the battlefield if we are still alive. Imagine if you have a sister, you know what I mean. Sisters are so sensitive, are so worried about their, brothers. I didn't need the echo, please stand up there. Sisters are so worried and sensitive about their, brothers. Throughout the whole path from Medina to Mecca towards Karbala, Zainab kept looking for Hussain if he needs anything, if there's anything that she can do for Hussain. And now imagine Zainab is taking the last moments. She knows that this is the last night that she can see Hussain. I'm not even saying the musibah and you're crying for them. I don't know what's going on in your heart. We're not even into the musibah yet. Definitely it's the night of Ashura. It should be this mood in our majlis, inshallah. Ya Mahdi, Marhum Darbandi said, they said every majlis by the name of Hussain, his mother Zahra comes and stand in front of the door, have the pirahan and have the shirt of Hussain, and welcome the Azadar of Hussain. I know it's too much to ask you, Ya Mahdi, but how many of these majalis are in this city? Is it too much to ask you to come to our majlis tonight? It was the Zuhr of Ashura. All the Shuhada, one after another, they said farewell and vida to Hussain. Hussain went to each of them one by one. Hussain is still fine, Even at the time of the Shahadat of Ali Akbar, they said, Hussain, yes, he cries, he was so upset, but Hussain is still fine, he can walk. But they said when Abul Fadl Abbas fell down and Hussain went to him, that was the time that they said, Ban al-inkisar ala wajh al-Hussain. They saw that Hussain is already broken. He doesn't have any hope. He knows that after Abbas, there is no more hope for Hussain. Hussain is the only man now that he is in the battlefield in the sight of himself. And imagine, one side Hussain is worried about his enemies, and more importantly, Hussain is worried about after himself and the women and children of the khiyam and the tent. Hussain knows this Maluni would follow and would attack the tent. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي هلت بفنائك عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت يوم بقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر الأهد مني لزيارتكم. You wish you were in Karbala now, right? You wish you could stand in front of the Zarih of Hussain. You wish you could stand in Bain al-Haramain and say salam to Hussain, say salam to Abu al-Fadl Abbas. Hussain left. Before he wants to leave, he said salam to everyone. Zakina, Rughayya, Rubab, Zainab, Minna salam. Hussain is living. This is the saddest moment. The Ahl Khiyam, they didn't want to hear was this moment. To hear that Hussain is saying salam and he is living. He is living to the battlefield. We have tradition that either cry or make people cry or tabaka, have the mood of someone who is crying, that inshallah Abu al-Fadl, when he looks at our majlis, he see that everyone has the mood of crying, inshallah. The last moment Hussain said, Zainab, bring that shirt that my mother gave it to you, bring it to me. Oh, Allah knows what happened to heart of Zainab when she heard about this. Hussain left. Hussain left. Let me tell you what, it's the night of Ashura. When he fell down from horse, you know what they did? This mal'oon, what they did? They throw something and it hit the forehead of Hussain and it started bleeding. When Hussain wanted to remove this blood, Harman al-Mal'oon shot an arrow to the chest of Hussain. He pulled it out and the blood was gushing out of his chest. And one after another one, someone hit Hussain on the side, someone on his shoulder, Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! He said he didn't have any more strength in his body. He sat down on his knees, lay on his sword. He looked at the army of Omar and said, I'm still alive, don't attack the Khiyam, I'm still alive. They said on one corner of his eyes he was watching the tent, on one corner he was watching the enemy. 5 times, wherever you're sitting, out loud say, Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! Ya Hussain! 5 times say it, Ya Abbas! Ya Abbas! Ya Abbas! Ya Abbas! Ya Abbas! 5 times say Ya Zainab! Ya Zainab! Ya Zainab! Ya Zainab! Ya Zainab! Look at these people sitting here. They have Hajjah sitting here in the masjid of your brother Hussain. Now wherever you're sitting, see yourself in Bain al-Haramain and let's say salam to Hussain. As-salamu ala al-Hussain. Like the night of Ashura, raise your voice. As-salamu ala al-Hussain. not enough for you. One more time. See yourself in Karbala and say this. As-salamu. ولا ظالم ظلم حق محمد وآل محمد وآخر تابع له على ذلك اللهم لعنهم جميعا. Inshallah, if you dua aloud, Ameen, and we'll get ready, inshallah, for Matam. Allahumma ajjal li waliyika al-Fatiha. This is the night of this tijabat of dua, inshallah. Whatever haja you bring in your mind, on top of all your hajat, the du'ur of Imam, out loud, Ameen, inshallah. Allahumma ajil li waliyika al-faraj, wal-afiyata wal-nas, wa mudda fi umrihi al-sharif, wa zayyin al-arda bitul al-baqa'in, waj'alna min awanihi wa ansarihi wa shi'atihi. يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, بحق Hussain, hasten in the duhur of his son Imam Mahdi. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq and opportunity to be among the true followers of our Imam. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, help our youth, make them successful in dunya wal akhirah. Ya Allah, give us tawfiq and our generation to ila yawm al-qiyamah be in the path of Amir al-Mu'mineen and his children. Do not let anyone from our generation be against Ahlul Bayt. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, anyone in this world specifically follows Ahlul Bayt, especially my brothers and sisters, if they have any hajat, any request, give them khair hajat. Many people all around the world, in Yemen, in Bahrain, in Afghanistan, everywhere, Ya Allah, they are under difficulties and problems. Ya Allah, for the sake of Hussain, provide opportunities for their freedom. Whoever is hurting Islam and innocent people intentionally send their evil back to themselves. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, this ummah, these brothers and sisters here tonight, they are here for a reason, for hajah. Ya Allah, for the sake of Zainab, give them all khair hajat. Whatever you give to the best of all your servant, give to these brothers and sisters. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, those who are sick, cure them all tonight. And those who passed away, send the tawab and reward out of this majlis to their soul. Let's get ready for, inshallah, the rest of majlis. Ya Hussain, oh Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, oh Ya Hussain, Ya Hussain, oh Ya Hussain.